but each has its own benefits. Now, one big difference between these two is the safety features. On one hand, with the bike, of course, you really don't need a whole lot because it doesn't move by its own power. It's really just you pedaling, so you don't need much in the way of an emergency stop or anything like that. But with the treadmill, on the other hand, not only does it move by its own power, but it can get up to pretty high speeds, so safety features are a little bit more crucial here. Luckily, this treadmill does have an emergency stop that's conveniently located and works really well. Another difference between these two is the general sense of how these devices operate. Now, the bike does have a display to give you some information about your workout, and this display is powered by a battery, but it really doesn't need anything else to operate. No external power, nothing like that. So essentially, even if you don't have anywhere to plug it in, you can still use the bike to exercise as long as you have a battery for the display, and technically you don't even need to use the display to operate the bike. So if you want to work out in a space where you might not necessarily have anywhere to plug something in, maybe you're outside or something like that, then the bike is going to be really ideal for this. The treadmill, on the other hand, unlike the bike, does actually need to be plugged in and switched on in order to use. So if you want to get your workout in outside, or even just in a room or spot where there's no outlet, you won't be able to use the treadmill. Despite this, however, this weakness doesn't come without advantages. While the bike does have adjustable resistance and it has a display to give you a little information about your workout, the treadmill has a 5-inch LCD that's much more advanced and detailed than the bike's display, and it also has 12 different workout settings and adjustable speeds as well, giving you a lot more versatility to choose not only the intensity of your workout, but the whole type of workout you're doing. As far as maneuverability and portability in general goes, I would say the bike, being much lighter and smaller, is quite a bit easier to move than the treadmill. But that being said, the treadmill isn't exactly hard to move either, with its foldable design and wheels at the bottom that make it quite a bit more portable, storable, and just easier to deal with in general than you might expect a treadmill to be. But that being said, while this may be the case, I still do think the bike is quite a bit easier to deal with in general because it's so much lighter and smaller. So in general, if you want the flexibility to work out inside or outside or somewhere where you can't plug things in, or if you just want something that's a little bit lighter, smaller, and easier to store and move around, I would say the bike definitely has an advantage here. But if you want a better display, more control over your workout, and more features in general, and don't particularly care about portability or whether or not you have to plug something in, then the treadmill is going to have an advantage. But this was a quick comparison between the Yosuda indoor cycling bike and the Xterra TR150 folding treadmill.